Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the fifth episode of Conversations with Us. Today, I am very excited about the guest that I have here today. I've seen this man's trajectory, his growth from Cape Town to Joburg, through the projects that you've done, man. Like, it's really been amazing to even see how you have structured your brand, through the social media, through how you carry yourself at every event. I saw way back in Cape Town, I think it was like 2018 or 2017 when I started looking at your pages, and I was like, okay, this is another homie that's gonna go far just because of how you present yourself. And it's so incredible, man, to finally have you here at Conversations with Us. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I am talking about the award-winning actor and founder of Indibano, The Encounter, Malibongwe Mdwaba. Yeah. Once you get the budget, yeah. Have those. DRIPVILLE lifestyle. DRIPVILLE Fragrances. Beyond scent.
You'll get it.
You know what I mean?
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for allowing us into your home, my dog. We really appreciate this time with you, man. And like I say, this is a conversation. The audience knows. Thank you guys for joining us and being here up until episode 5, man. You guys are the realest. So yeah, bro. Like, we spoke quite a lot on our drive here, bro. The conversation that we had like during lockdown, is just like very spiritually enlightening for me and spiritually healing. Being able to talk to people that are within your industry and understand the struggles, understand the frustrations, but also understand the joys, of being within the space that we are in. I think it's important to have conversations like this. And once again, bro, I want to say thank you, and I'm sure the audience is going to enjoy, listening to what we have today, bro, So we met at a festival, bro, the African Rising International Film Festival.
Newtown.
Yeah, in Newtown. Yeah. That's the first time we met, bro. And so I want to try, like, really, because we've spoken about this, but now we have the audience listening. Who is Malibongwe Mdwaba as a storyteller?
That's a good one. That's a good question, because now you've went straight into it as a storyteller, but not Malibongwe Mdwaba as a whole. I'd say Malibongwe Mdwaba as a storyteller is the mouthpiece that says all that is unsaid. The one that will illuminate those that needs to be illuminated, and exalt them. In short, Malibongwe Mdwaba as a storyteller is the mouthpiece to the people.
Oh my goodness, that's powerful. Oh, that's a bar right there. And I'm sure it wasn't easy to getting to define yourself like that, So what have been those experiences that have made you shift your mind and your mental to understand me as a storyteller, I'm a mouthpiece for the people?
I think most of it, bro, is really rooted in my spiritual alignment, because then I understood that me being on this earth is not really about me just walking by and just doing my thing, but a lot of it has to do with representing the people and being the vessel, to do God's work in human form, even if that's through the work, even if that's through other kinds of project in which I can help other people. I've always, like, my spiritual mantra, I'll just say it in isiXhosa. It says sanikwa ukuze sinike abanye abantu, so we are given to give to other people. That is what I live by. My family lives by that by that mantra as well. So I got to that point because of the spiritual alignment, and yeah, it has never changed since. But I will be honest that it has taken me time, because when you're trying to discover who you are in the space, and the space like the industry, you know, it's hard. But with time and patience to yourself, you'll get the answers. Yes.
You spoke about how you enjoy your space, especially, you know, you live far from the city.
Yeah.
So you can literally, when you want to go there, you go there.
Yeah.
When you don't want to be there, you know, you go away. So it has being, are you an introvert, first of all?
You know, I recently I've been described as that. A friend of mine described me as that. I don't really like to box myself and compartmentalize how I choose to be to society. I do have those qualities of both. I think if
you're
anything,
an ambivert.
Yeah. Oh, but like more deeply, I think I'm very I'm socially selective. Right.
Okay.
I'm socially selective. I really choose where I am. You know, the full expression of myself.
Yes.
And I choose when to hold back. You know.
Yes.
Bro, I'm a recovering overthinker. So so people hurt me. Like, I know already that this one is going to like hurt me. I already know. So when it happens, like I expected it. So I'm already I'm recovering. So my mind is always like working ahead. So I read the room, I read people.
Yes.
And if anything, I'm attracted to light.
Yeah.
You know, I'm attracted to people who have light, and people who, you know, people like you who really know what they want.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That for me is so fulfilling, because even by this initiative, you know, by this podcast, you know, you're really igniting something within me as well. You know, as much as it's your thing, but it
ignites something in you to continue what you were doing. You know? And also, you know, you spoke about something as we were driving in. It's very important to think about something and then act on it
immediately. For me, that is important. And like I said to you earlier, that it's so important because we don't know how much time we have, right? Even on this earth, you know, if anything, I might transcend to the other side in the next few days. If anything, I'd like to transcend knowing that I've done what I needed to do, you know, and I fulfilled, you know, part of my purpose.
You know, speaking about that, you know, it's amazing that you described it as transcending. That's so beautiful, and I think when we understand it like that, as transcending, it will hurt less. But I'm not there. You speak about your spiritual enlightenment, your spiritual guidance, you know, and how spiritually inclined you are, and it's helped you, you know, develop and see how you influence society. How much spirituality goes into the work, and does it also affect the characters that you select?
You know, the first part of your question, it has everything to do with the work. The way in which even this craft came about was via the spiritual route, and it started off at Sunday school, Sunday school plays. And that's when I knew that, oh, okay, I actually enjoy this. And then it went on to high school, it went on to varsity, and here we are now. And so the spiritual part of it remains the center, and it will always be the center. And the second part of your question, does it affect the kind of narratives in which I do the characters? Definitely, you know. But if anything, I am not the creative right now in my career where I am picky about what I do.
Yes.
I am picky about the briefs in which I get, because most briefs now, as you would know, are very much the agent would suggest names, and then the casting director would say, okay, I want to see this person, right? And I become picky then, because then I'm like, okay, I can read the storyline, I can see what the character should audition for, and I'm like, this is not a story that I would want to tell. So I become very selective in that way. But here's the best part about this, is that God, my guides have made it very easy for me, right? By just bringing the right things to me. And I then don't have to do the whole thing of choosing. I don't walk out of my door and there are, a gang of opportunity. No. If anything, really, the ones that I'm supposed to tell comes to me, and they take time. And we'll get so frustrated, obviously, as creatives, because we always want to be creating and stuff like that. But the best things take time.
The best things take time.
They take time, man. They take time. And
you can definitely say that again, man.
And like during the time of waiting for those best things, that is where you are being really tested as a human, and God like sort of tests if are you ready to receive this blessing? Because in your head you're like, nah, I'm ready to be on all the stages, but are you really ready? So in your season, I always say this to my friends, in your season of waiting, wait well.
Wait well.
If like for me, what is important for me when I'm not working is to work on my mental well-being. Therapy for me is important. Working out, there's my mat. I do my yoga every morning. Like for me, that is what keeps me sort of sustained and keeping sane through that time. So that when that job comes, it finds me ready.
Yes, you are ready. You're constantly in a state of being ready. There's that saying where we would see luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Correct.
So you're always prepared
all the time.
That's beautiful. Because you spoke about the waiting and the patience. What are you doing within the waiting? Wait well. Excuse me. I can definitely see the spiritual parts of it. But sometimes, and I found this it's true. So, even for me, there are points where it's hard to make patience your friend. Because you need to befriend patience. You would, like you were saying, wait well. Waiting well is like you prepare. You make sure mentally, physically, health wise, you're always good. And when those states of darkness come, because they come.
Oh yes,
those states of darkness come, and sometimes those states of darkness come because you have been patient for so long.
Sure.
What do you do for yourself?
Man, you're right. Those dark times do come, but they come and they come to pass. They are there to do what they're there to do, to shift you in a way, and then they are there to pass again. So what I do in that moment, when the darkness comes, I don't fight it. I don't fight. I really don't fight it. If anything, I acquaint myself with it. So if it's in the form of self-harm, right? I sit with it, and I look into it in terms of like, okay, cool. In what form is this coming at? What are the repercussions of this? And why all of a sudden? And if anything, bro, for me, what has helped me sort of have less of those dark moments is routine. Is routine, and as much as routine can maybe feel like very monotonous, but routine in terms of like, okay, cool, I have a morning routine. I know that in the morning I do 1, 2, 3. In the afternoon I have this time, and this is when I then push however I can, because it's also about like what can I do with what I have, like we spoke about earlier. And then I know in the evening, okay, cool, in the evening, and then I have to go to church or whatever I need to do, or I'm gonna meet a maid for supper or whatever. So as much as structure can become very monotonous, but it sort of helps with keeping the darkness away.
Yes.
Because I think when you are floating in the air, it's easy for the darkness to come in.
It's easy for the darkness to come in and swallow.
So I think if anything, you need to be the one who becomes that light. I don't think we even need to look further for it.
Yes.
I think it is within.
Inside.
It is within.
Inside.
Right?
Wow.
Be mindful of what you consume. Be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. And if anything, be selfish. About your time. About what feels right for you. Because if anything, when the cameras are off, when the red carpets are rolled up, you're left alone. And we experienced that during COVID.
Yes.
So during that time, it's very important to center yourself and acquaint yourself with that darkness, whatever it is.
That's amazing, man. Acquaint yourself with the darkness.
Be friends with it. Friends with it.
Because there's something I once read. I mean, I don't like reading a lot. I prefer to listen, and I learn a lot from listening. I've learned so much already, within the short period of time we've spoken. But it's amazing what you say with the acquaint yourself with darkness. In this book, Conversation with God, it says, one day the light, because it was underneath the bright, it was speaking about a candlelight and the sun. It was like one day the candlelight, because it was with the sun, it couldn't see its brightness. It couldn't see Gandhi, what am I in this big thing, because I can't see myself, and it had to go into darkness in order to find that, oh wait, I'm everything.
Because essentially darkness is the absence of light. So if anything, light needs to come to darkness for it to be light.
How crazy. Remember that song we used to sing as kids, this little light of mine,
I'm a little shine,
bro. In the waiting period, and should the darkness come, find the lights within yourself, and then it'll open. You will start seeing. Start looking around. That is incredible.
And if anything, like I said, that light will come from within. And it's something as I think one of my spiritual teachers once said, when you are just in famine or whatever's happening in your life, just go back to a time when things just started looking up, and that's when you'll know that this season is just here to build me, if anything, and I will overcome, and the light really then comes from remembering that God once pulled through for me in this instant, and I thought there was no light, but God did. And in that time, the brain works with the body, and all things just start sort of aligning.
Hearing you, you speak about seasons. How is your connection with nature? Because I understand spirituality, and I think it goes beyond religion, because it is one God, and you speak about ancestors too, so I feel like automatically that goes beyond religion. Now it's a spiritual thing. So in your spirituality, how connected are you with nature?
I think nature also holds the center. I mean, I live with nature. Like, if anything, I'm a plant dad of 3. As you can see, I have plants all over.
Yes.
And spiritually, I look at myself as a tree. Psalms 1 puts it perfectly. Psalms 1 says, the tree.
Blessed is the man that standeth, that walketh not in the counsel,
and that is planted
by the river
stream.
of water.
I'm that tree,
and you'll bear your fruits in your season.
In every season, I'll bear my fruit. So this tree that is me will never wither. Even in winter, I will always bear fruits. And I don't say this, in a big-headed manner, but I will always bear fruits, bro, because I am planted within the stream of water, which is the Word of God, which is just trying to do my best. And I want your listeners and anyone who will be listening to this, that I'm not perfect, bro. I'm far from perfect. Far from perfect. I have my own demons that I've acquainted myself with, and things that I'm also working on in terms of my relationships as well. But if anything, I know and I believe that I'm the tree that will forever bear fruits, because I stay within this word. And to answer your question again, that's how I connect with nature. I'm a plant dad, so that already
tells you you're very connected with nature. Because it's beautiful that you say that. I was having a conversation with with a girl that I met, she's a rapper. She was talking about how she feels really, that whole old soul thing,
I've been compartmentalized as that as
well. I mean, because I think then, that makes you start thinking, like, bro, do you think, perhaps you were here since the beginning? Just like as a different element. You're probably like just your spirit, because spirit is energy, and energy can't be created or destroyed, only transferred. So the first energy that was ever there, because there was always energy, it wasn't created, it was always there. The first energy, which we refer to as God or whatever you choose to refer to that energy as, and it's transferred. So now a part of that energy, hence we are made in the image of God, so part of that energy from that first energy is now living through Malibongwe, which is like, oh, now I understand the seasons, my season is not winter, my season is such and such. So do you group that connecting with yourself with spending time alone?
Bro, you're asking very good questions, I must say. You're really asking good questions. Totally, man. I always say this, bro, like, and 2020 sort of really heightened this for me, that I need to be centered and I need to know self, because when the work is taken away, which was in 2020, we had great projects coming up, that was taken away. Couldn't really connect with people, and people were so frustrated by that. And I think because towards the end of my honors, I started then really looking inwards, and then had less noise, like less people around. That's when I knew that I need to come back to self, and for me that really helps me. So to answer the question, bro, you need
that time.
You need it.
You need that time.
You really do. And if anything, I think I have really great people around me, like my family and my close friends, who understands that I need that time. I really do. Because I mean, if I'm to look back, like when I was a kid, I was I would say I was very much a people pleaser. I wanted to make sure that everyone liked me, and so I think I got robbed of my time. And so now I've become very very particular about
socially selective.
and more about like, okay, cool, what do I want? You know, what what does Malibongwe want? You know, not to say that whatever other people want is not doesn't matter, but I think it's important what I want for myself as well, and doesn't make sense to me.
Yes.
You know, because like I said to you earlier, that I'm led with intention, and even if my intention says this, I'll go with that. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So now with intention, with the spiritual growth, the spiritual enlightenment, the connectivity, how does Indibano come along?
Good question. Because I think Indibano then really becomes the baby of the spiritual alignment and what we are really taught when it comes to spirituality, that it really isn't about you. Yes, you must be centered and stuff like that, but if anything, this cup needs to be filled first so that it can give to other people, right? So Indibano is that, you know, I really feel like God has been really, really, really in my corner in terms of just like my the growth, and as maybe as slow as it might be, maybe to someone else, it's chilled, you know, it's the right pace. So by that growth for me, I said, okay, I would be doing an injustice to God by not passing this little knowledge that I have, because even Indibano is not really about me. I've never sat on the panel. All I do is just to organize the thing. The people are there, and these are people that I've worked with. So just to for context sakes, for your listeners, Indibano is I'd compartmentalize it as community organization, really. That aims to bridge the gap between young people, or rather young creatives and industry professionals. And we do that through talks, because I believe that, you know, very, very important things come out of conversations.
Yes.
Like what you're doing here. So I believe that you know, when people start having conversations, a lot is unearthed. And that's where it came about. And I've been running since 2018.
Wow.
And we've had 7 installments between Cape Town and Johannesburg. And God willingly will expand if we are needed in those spaces, because most of it, I was telling you about like how things happen for me. I'll be chilling right now and I'll have an idea about, okay, cool, this topic I want to tackle, this is who I want to have on. I'll start like writing down everything, and then the next day I'm sending those emails. Implementing. So everything is very what's the word, spontaneous. You know, I'm led by my impulse, even with the work. I mean, of course. Even with theater, you know, you follow impulse.
You follow the impulse.
If something says, okay, cool, grab this person there and not there, or whatever, do this, just go with it.
Just go with it. Don't fight it.
Don't fight it.
Yeah, because you know, our previous guest, not in our third episode, Naledi spoke about how, you know, because she is uncool, you know, so she spoke about how the ancestors are actually, some ancestors aren't even like human energies, you know, they are energies that come from the mountains, energies that come from the seas, you know. That's why, I
mean, we made from the earth,
exactly, you know,
and we will return to the earth.
You know, so it's really beautiful how you talk about like impulse. There's that saying, to follow your gut feeling, you know, and it's difficult,
of course,
to follow the impulse. It will say, do this right now. Remember in the cartoons, there's a good angel and a bad angel. You know, the angel tells you, do this right now, and then homies over here, time and do it later, bro. Who do you think you are? You know. What do you do when self-doubt comes along, bro?
And it does.
Yeah, bro.
And it does.
I mean, I'm sure you've gotten a couple of no's amongst all the yeses you've gotten.
Oh, yes.
There are a lot more no's that people don't know about.
Oh, yes, definitely. But if anything, you know, I've always looked at rejection as something very positive, you know. I remember a conversation that I had in drama school. I had just come from an audition. I think I was probably in second year, and in second year, when you acquaint yourself with rejection already, then I think you're on the good track.
You are definitely on the good track, man. Yeah. So you probably had your agents also in first year.
But by then I was really crystal clear about what I'm here to do.
Already, yeah. Exactly.
And that was my first year even in Johannesburg.
Shout out to me. Shout out to you. I think I should say too. And I was like, agency.
Yeah. I was very crystal clear from get go, and I then acquainted myself with rejection immediately.
Yes.
Because I knew that. It's a big industry. There are people that can even deliver probably even better than me, and that's okay. And then rejection for me then becomes next opportunity.
Yes,
literally.
One more no can't hurt you, but a yes will change your life.
Correct. So NO, next opportunity, literally. And that has really cemented the entire journey for me, bro. I won't lie to you, because I know that if it's not meant for me, then it won't come to me.
Damn.
If it is, because I remember there was this project, won't really mention it, but it was a huge project, and I was so happy that I got it. Went for fittings, and probably a day before shooting, they dropped the character. It was an international project. What? But when the thing came out, and then I realized that a mate was part of it, I asked him about the journey, and when he told me about it, I was like, this is what God was saving me from.
That's why you saved.
Yeah, because then it was going to not only disrupt, but it was also going to just make me not okay and not love what I do. Bro, if anything, I love what I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I never want to wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to that set. I don't want that for myself. I want to struggle to sleep because I want the time to hurry, because I want to get up and go.
You want to get up and go.
I love it that much that I don't want it to be tainted by any kind of energy. So when that rejection comes, I know that I'm being saved from something, or I'm not even ready for it. And then I probably need to then go to a drawing board, probably go get more classes, because I mean the industry, you'll never finish learning. It's a continuous thing.
Yes.
So maybe if I get a no for action kind of thing, okay, this is the time when I probably need to invest on a personal trainer. This is the time when I probably just need to do more workouts or run more, so that I can be ready for something
like that.
And my career literally has been like that, where with Justice Served, for instance, it was very physical and mentally sort of consuming. But before that, I'd had like a young break, and during that time I was working on self and working on my body and understanding what I can do and what I can't do. Then when that came, and when the other project came as well, which was physically demanding, it made sense,
why you had to go through that season to prepare for the next season.
So just back to what we spoke about waiting well, in that season you never know what's gonna come. And with this industry, bro, I can just get a call now.
Right now, exactly.
Leaving now.
Exactly. Literally.
I can't say, oh no, just hold on, I just need to polish up my voice, or I must just
we're going now. Tomorrow you have an audition. You need to learn now, and it's in the morning. Or sometimes you get the audition on the day.
It happened, yes.
On the day, and you have to be prepared by the time you're there.
Correct.
And it's all about preparation. But I think also it's about self-awareness. You spoke about the importance of, being alone in your own space and being wild with being alone. There's a saying, no, it's not a saying. When I say it's a saying because it's in my play. So it's you can never feel lonely if you enjoy the person you are alone with.
Lovely.
Because and throughout the journey you find out that it's a very lonely road to success. And understanding that it doesn't mean, I think loneliness in that aspect doesn't mean you don't have anyone around you, it just means, with what you're focused on, don't be surprised when there are a lot of people that fall off, because it's a lonely road, one man.
And that's a hard one. I think we need to also highlight how hard that is, because you would think that, okay, we summon a squad in this thing, and then you realize that belonging also means walking it alone, and that is hard, bro.
It is.
That is hard, because a clip that I was listening to, she literally said that, like how you need to be okay when you start asking yourself questions about who's my crew or who are my people. Always revert back to self, and you realize how much support you have even from yourself. And that is enough. Sometimes we're not running away from the importance of community and having people to help you, but be centered, and the right people will come to you.
And then this being centered, we speak about being centered, like I explained, this podcast is an extension of the mental health awareness conversations. You've touched about how you keep mentally sustained, through your exercises, but there's a lot of pressures that come. There's black tax, there is adulting, there is your Malibongwe, who we've seen on such and such a show, and there's a psychological toll it takes onto your psyche. How important is therapy for you, and how often do you go?
You asked two questions.
Let
me start with the second one. Like my last session was on Friday. I have therapy every week. And I was someone who ran away from therapy for a long time, until recently when I lost my father. Thank you, man. Then it became like, okay, whoa, what is happening? This year has been very, very much eventful for me, and therapy has really like brought me back to really speaking, because with this thing of being alone for so long, you really feel it. I don't wanna fantasize the whole thing of aligning and being by yourself. It gets a bit dark as you go deeper into it, right? And I think therapy for me was that light where it was like, okay, no, speak, because I'm not a person that really addresses things that are bothering me. I'd rather like just deal with it on my own. But therapy was like, okay, no, Malibongwe, actually, it's okay to speak about it. And I think it's something that I really will do moving forward, especially like with the upcoming project. I think it's important for me to now really have my therapist on speed dial, because I'm about to enter a world that is different, and with expectations, and so for me, it really is important. It is important,
because I've had quite a few conversations, or I've heard quite a few conversations where it would be, and there's nothing wrong with it, it would be dismissed as, no man, why do I need therapy, bro? Right? Which is damaging. That's self-inflicted pain, that is self-destruction in a form that is very enjoyable, in a form that's very enjoyable, in a form that we think does not harm us, until we have that time alone when these people are not around, and you're with the people that actually care about you, and you realize, damn, I've been destroying myself the whole time, you know. So I'm glad that you shared that and you let us know that, you know, sometimes people might think, what, you want me to go to a shrink, you know? But it's not that. It's just that perhaps sometimes you just need to talk to a stranger.
Yeah. And the best thing about my therapist is that I've never seen her. It's been telephonic, right? And I want that going forth because also considering the fact that I'm not a person I don't easily open up to strangers, and so that I was like, oh God, thank you. Okay, cool. I don't know this person. I've never seen their face. I mean, she said that she watched Justice, so she knows who I am. It's fine. And I wanted to end there. I never want to see her actually, right? I love her. She's great, but I think
it works for you.
It works for me. Yeah. It works for me. I don't know how I will then do because there is a therapist, right, who deals with the mental stuff, and then there is a drama therapist, right?
Yes.
And I'm about to go into sessions with my drama therapist, and I need both of them to really also keep in contact because they need to work together to keep me sane. I don't know how then it will be with this drama therapist because I've seen her already. I've had a meeting with her, so I don't know. Maybe with her I'll start opening up more because I think with her it will be more about the work, and this one is more about personal stuff.
Do you ever find that the lines get blurred for you between the personal and the business?
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, if anything, I take in all of the character stuff, and sometimes I lose myself in it, or sometimes my personal life influences the character, or vice versa. They do get blurred, but I think what is important all the time here is to be very skilled when it comes to it, to know that I don't have to re-traumatize myself. For instance, if I have to go into a moment where my character is not in a good space, and I need to deliver this thing, I don't have to now think of a time when Malibongwe was not okay, and maybe when I lost my father. This is how we can't do that, because with South African industry, there's no therapist on standby.
There's no therapist
you
on
understand?
Standby, yeah.
So I need to then find tools and ways of how to go into that space without damaging myself, and quickly find a way of self-regulating and go to the next scene, because that's how the industry works.
That's how it works. You happy in this take, or in this scene, the next scene you need to be breaking down, and it's psychologically straining, spiritually draining sometimes, and that's why you say you have to be fit, you have to be prepared. We also I asked this question to Luduga as well, and I'll ask it to you as well. Uguthi, psychologically, divorcing your character, psychologically divorcing your characters, how do you do that? Does it ever hurt you, where you find yourself now? Actually most of the moments you have are characters moments.
No. If anything, bro, if I do it, I leave it there, because it was meant to be done in that space and left there. When I come back home, take a shower, I'm already listening to music. I'm already back to myself, and that speaks to the importance of not re-traumatizing yourself, and having those tools in place to say, if I'm going to that dark space, I know how to bring myself back, and finding a way of how to debrief all of those things and leave it there, because it's supposed to be there.
It's that moment. Oh my God, we've had an amazing conversation, bro. We've learned about how to be aligned. We've learned how to be our own light. We've learned how to wait well. We've learned that we need to wait well. And I especially loved when you said, be a tree that's planted by the rivers of water that bears fruits in its own season. you know.
You see, like even just you saying that, bro, like it just gives me chills because I'm like trying to see this tree in every single season. It will bear its fruits. It will bear its fruits, but you have to keep the faith, you know. And whatever that looks like, it doesn't even have to be Christianity, you know, but you have to believe that there is a source outside of you.
Oh my God.
There's something that pours into you, even if it's your abantu bakokwenu, you know, that have passed on long time, but just know that it's not coming from you.
Yes.
And that source is what will keep you planted by the river stream.
Oh my God. Malibongwe Mdwaba, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. I am Mstingo Ngobese. Till next time. Peace.